What's good? It's your boy Purple Lips back with another controversial topic, y'all. Welcome to my channel. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Now today we're gonna be dropping some game with Game God Goldie. If you don't know who Game God Goldie is, he went viral like last year for dropping game on the dating scene and in self improvement. He's actually a really dope self improvement mentor, and uh, with today he was actually talking about a few things actually, and one of the things that he was saying is that while you looking for your woman, while you looking for someone else woman, I'm looking for my woman. And he also said other wild things, probably some wild things. Probably sound wild to you or whatever. But he basically said, if you in a relationship right now and you're 10 years from now, y'all not gonna be together. We gonna go ahead and get right into it, y'all. Let's go ahead and see what he talking about.
I don't hate to play and learn the game. I'm giving y'all a treat today. We just gonna run through some questions on live. We might just kick it back and forth. We see. I might have somebody join on here and talk to y'all live. Come on.
I said the last time a girl left you, did you care?
No, somebody asked. The last woman who left me, did I care? The last time I cared when a woman left me, it wasn't so much about her leaving. It was the fact of the things she was producing while she was with me. I cared about not having that production.
I feel like I ain't gonna lie. Have anybody ever been through that before? Like, I never thought of it, but I never thought of it that way, the way he said it. But on some real stuff, like, have you ever thought about it that way? Like, it's the first time I ever seen it. Like, for real. Like, I feel actually, it's some things about some women that you get over faster because it's like you really didn't do much for me anyway or bring much to the table. So it's easier to let go, you know what I'm saying? But like some women, it's like they leave a real hard stain, and it's like because they brought some more value or so much value in your life, and you miss it. You know what I mean? Have anybody ever else experienced that? Comment, leave a comment.
And then 2 seconds later, I realized, you know what? Everything I taught her, I could teach somebody else. I ain't never worried about a woman leaving me. Let me tell you why.
Right.
Because they come leaving. That woman that you next to right now, that you've been with 5 years, that you married to, that you've been with 2 days and think you in love, you're not going to be with her in 10 years. Statistically speaking, understand that. See, when you want to have an understanding like that, you're not so upset when it happens. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just saying, statistically speaking, you're not going to be with her. So therefore, you cherish every day like you know that. And when she walks out that door, you knew, okay, this day was coming. Now, I would just say this. When you live with this type of understanding, it's not pessimistic. It's actually a positive thing. Because when you understand you're not going to be with that woman in 10 years, there's certain things that you don't do, certain secrets you don't tell, certain investments you don't make, right? See, you're making an investment with that woman thinking you're going to be together forever. And because you're making an investment thinking you're going to be together forever, you're never going to receive that benefit from that investment. You're telling her secrets like you're going to die together. And because you're not going to die together and she's going to leave you eventually, those secrets are going to come out. So it's a positive thing when you understand that you're not going to be with her forever. Then if
I hear you. I mean, that's crazy. I feel what he's saying. I mean, what he's basically saying is just it's a perspective. Like, it's not. If don't be surprised if she leave you within those 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Just cherish the time that she gonna be there and the value that you bring to her and the value that she bring to you. Now, if she actually do bring value, I mean, if you guys do like go past 10 years, that's a bonus. If y'all be together forever, that's a blessing. So I get it. It's just a mindset. I think that's where he's coming from. Just a mindset, a perspective.
you end up,
Not that he's actually gonna be, not in a relationship for 10 years.
when you understand that you're not going to be with her forever, then if you end up being with her forever, then that's a positive, right? So how can I lose? I already thought it was going to end. So if it don't end, I'm happily surprised. But if it does end, I understood she came going.
Have any of the women you dealt with gave you any game that was beneficial?
I mean, let me tell you this, right? Game is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I can learn game from watching anything and anyone. I learn game from watching my son. It ain't about what he's teaching me. It's what I can observe from him and extrapolate and attach to different things. So it's not necessarily a woman sat me down and said this and said that, but by me observing her, I learned hella game. Why? I'm observing this woman day to day. I'm observing how she acts in certain emotional states. So I see a pattern in how certain women act. I can start to identify certain personality types that this woman had. So when I meet another woman, I say, okay, she kind of has that same type of trauma. She kind of has that same type of personality. Oh, she's a needy person. Oh, she's a jealous woman. Oh, she's a sneaky woman. I start to be able to categorize personality types. So therefore, I learned game. Some of the worst women I had taught me the most because I was able to identify certain characteristics that I can now see in the next one before it gets too far and understand what I'm dealing with, how to combat it if I choose to. So, I mean, to learn game, it's not just listening to information. It's about what you can put in your mind to learn, if you get what I'm saying.
When have you
All right, I feel that. I mean, for a woman, like that was good. That was good advice towards a woman because, like, I think it's important that women understand that men do take a lot of mental notes. Like the difference between women and men in this aspect, like I think, you know what I mean, is that women are vocal about how they feel. You know what I mean? Oh, your breath stink. Oh, you know, you you talk too fast or you act slow. You know what I mean? Men will probably realize these things, but we're gonna take it mental notes. We're not gonna say it vocally. We're just gonna take mental notes. So I think it was interesting that you guys hear what he had to say from that perspective. You can learn how. But for men, I think it was interesting for younger men to understand that game because if it's very important that you pay attention. You know, it's very important that you pay attention to a woman how she moves more than what she say. Never pay attention to what she say, or rarely pay attention to what she do. Trust.
you ever got off track and lost sight of vision? How did you obtain it back from scratch?
I'm gonna make this quick. All the time, every day is a new day. You never just get it and that's it. Every single day you gotta go to the gym. Every single day you gotta do the daily disciplines. And the moment that you stop, you start going off track. The thing is having a baseline and understanding when you're getting off track. So you see when you stray far from that line. See, thankfully, me and people in my group, we have a line. We understand where the line is. Most people were born with no line. That's why in life they get so lost. They out at sea and they look up and they say, how did I get here? Because they had no baseline. At least myself, when I get off track, I know I'm off track and it hurts. You get in my program, once you understand where the line is, when you get off track, even if you get off track, it hurts every time you off track. So you're eventually going to get back on because it's going to be too painful. So you just got to get a daily discipline blueprint so you understand when you get off track so you can get back on. But that's all I do. If I stray too far off track, I just go back to the basics.
Why do women play games? They say one thing but do another.
Everybody plays games. It's human nature. It's everything is a game. This whole world is a game. You know, it's not just women, it's everybody. Listen, you don't say, oh, why is it like this? You understand how things are and deal with them as they are. We could talk about the perfect world. We're in a world that we didn't create. So therefore, we just have to look at things as they are. I'm not going to waste my time saying, oh, why this, why that? Let me identify what it is, and then I'm going to deal with it as it is. So people say things they don't mean. They say one thing, do another. They say they like one thing, but they pick something else. Okay, so what do? I stop putting so much weight on what people say, and I just watch what people do. If you just stop listening to what people said and just watch what they did, I mean, you can't say one thing and do something else. What you do is what you mean.
Would you accept a woman?
Facts. And that's kind of what I was expanding on. You know, he kind of expanded on what I was saying, you know, and it was other thing that he said was important, you know, having discipline, having a daily discipline. Yes, it's true. When you have a set structure every day, day in, day out, you do the same thing every day. When you don't do it, you kind of feel a little awful, like you feel bad on yourself. You're like, what did I do today? Or I don't know. It's just a urge that you get when you get in this routine and you throw it off. You know that you have to get back on schedule. And you know, I thought it was also important about the other thing he mentioned as well.
That doesn't have much but she's willing to do whatever to have the opportunity to be next to you.
I mean, that's a self-explanatory question. I don't understand. Is you trolling? Of course. If she willing to do whatever, and I put her through a test, then yeah, you know,
Somebody said, should I separate myself from friends since they aren't on the same path as me?
yes.
Somebody said, how do you read a person? How can you battle someone in the mind?
That's a good question, but it goes back to what I said. It goes based on what they do, not what they say.
Fact.
And when you've been around enough people, you can analyze certain cues and you can put out certain tests and analyze how they deal with other people. Little things. You pick up on little things to know who somebody is. And it's best you put out a lot of little tests so you don't have to wait for the circumstance to come along when you can't afford for them to fail that test. Always little things. Watch how people treat other people. Watch how people treat people who can't do nothing for them. Watch how people act when they feel like they can get over on something small. Do they do it? Because they going to for sure get over on something big. Do they lie over small things? They going to lie over big things. Are they sneaky about small things? They going to be sneaky about big things. It's really simple. You just have to pay attention to everything. Everything matters.
Somebody said, do you date white women?
I don't discriminate. I like who likes me. I don't even see what a woman looks like. I see what she's doing for me, how she's talking to me, you know, how pleasant my energy is around her. That's the only thing that matters to me.
Are you?
He took the words out of my mouth, man. He took the thoughts and put it into his. He took my thoughts and put it in his mouth. No homo. No homo. I love that. Let me hear that again.
You know, likes me. I don't even see what a woman. I don't discriminate. I like who likes me. I don't even see what a woman looks like. I see what she's doing for me, how she's talking to me, you know, how pleasant my energy is around her. That's the only thing that matters to me.
That is very important. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? How does she feel? How does she treat you? You know what I'm saying? Her acts of service. How how does she appreciate you? How does she respect you? That's what's more important, man. You know what I mean? Like when a woman sees your value and she show you a certain level of respect, I think that just goes like it goes a little bit further than the exterior things in every way. When she's a soft girl, she's calm and she's cool to talk to. I think that's just like it just brings her to another level of beauty. You know what I mean? And comfort with me. You know what I mean? So I agree with that 100%. You know, I like how he said that though.
Are you always posing to get chose, or how you know what female to approach based on what characteristics?
So check this out, right? Posing to be chosen, getting chosen with your mouth closed. These are expressions. They're not rules, they're frameworks. It's some women out there, it don't matter who you are. Posing to be chosen, getting chosen with your mouth closed. These are frameworks, not rules. It's some women, no matter who you are, she's never gonna come up to you. She's never gonna come up to you. She might put herself in position close to you. She might give you some choosing signals, but you might miss them. Because some women, they will never, ever, 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 ever approach a man. Now, I'm not looking for that type of woman, but you might. So what I say is this. I'm still posing to be chosen. I'm still getting chose with my mouth closed when I just put myself in position to the woman to be seen and let her know that I'm interested. All I gotta do is right there on her elbow. All I gotta do is say, hey. All I gotta do is smirk at her. All I gotta do is, that's enough. That's posing to be chosen. That's getting chosen with your mouth closed. From there, I've presented myself. Now she can choose. You see, that don't mean I'm chasing her down with a bunch of lines. That don't mean I'm trying to say the slickest thing to her. Because what most dudes don't understand, there's a dude in that club, in that venue, that woman said in her mind, damn, that man is fine, right? Do you think he's gonna have to spit a whole bunch of lines at her? No, he doesn't. I'm just trying to find the woman that I am in her head, that man. You're trying to...
Facts. Now, fellas, have any of you have been in that position before, where you be in a club and you didn't even see it coming? You know, shawty just, you don't even know how to act yourself because you surprised it came out of nowhere, but she been looking at you. She been feeling you or whatever. And, you know what I mean? You ain't really even got to say too much. You ain't even got to say too much. Meanwhile, You know what I'm saying? A few minutes ago, you over there in your best game, and this girl walked off a little minute ago. But yeah. Pose to be chose. I ain't never heard that before. I like that. Pose to be chosen. What y'all think about that, y'all?
Look for somebody else's woman. I'm trying to look for my woman.
Hold up,
Woman that
hold up.
I'm just trying to find the woman that I am in her head, that man. You're trying to look for somebody else's woman. I'm trying to look for my woman. The woman that walked in this club and saw me and in her mind said, damn, that man is fine.
Where did you get your strategy on how you deal with women?
That is a good question. I just do what I feel. It's not even a strategy. I just really feel like, what the fuck do I look like walking up to you when you can do nothing for me? The best that you can be and do for me, I would have to build you into that. So how dare I have to present myself and do all this shucking and jiving or starting wrong? I don't want to do it. That's just how I feel. It's not a strategy. That's just truly how I feel. And, you know, in other ways, like what I was saying earlier, I don't like weakness in no woman of mine. I've been with enough women to see what a weak woman does to my life. When I constantly have to slow down, pull back, placate, it diminishes the quality and the pace at which I proceed. So maybe for a woman or a man who, you know, is fine where he is, but I'm still on the grind. I still want more.
I feel like 100%. Like men and women. Like how many women out there felt like a man was slowing you down? Like, I mean, maybe obviously, you know, we chose that person. You know, and how many men out there feel like a woman just like, man, like she's sucking the life out of me. You know what I'm saying? I actually I was doing better when I broke up with them. You know what I mean? It's not like that you like being single. You just chose the wrong person. But like whoever been in that position, it's just like, damn, it really drained me. Like I am better without you in my life. You know, no slight towards nobody. It's just self development and growth. Whoever been in that been in that situation, even comment down below.
Time is of the essence. So I'm not going to slow down for anyone. And what I've realized too is most women aren't weak. You just allow them to be weak. And if you allow them to be weak, they will be weak. But if you remain who you are and have them have the same standards you hold for yourself, they'll rise to the occasion almost every time. So I don't think women are weak. I just feel like if you allow them to be weak and not take responsibility, they'll do that. So I've decided I won't. Day in the life, gang.
Facts, man. Hey, it's all about value, man. How you value yourself, but you gotta have value, bro. When I say that, that means that you have a daily routine. Honestly, you really don't have time for a woman. That's when a woman mostly attracted to you anyway. When you don't got time for them, you know what I'm saying? It's strange how that works, but yeah, that's how it normally works, man. When you got a set schedule and you do things that bring your level of your game, you level up every step of the way. Yeah, man, you have value that you carry, but honestly, you don't have the time. So like, you know, but you rather be on the end of the stick where you have more value versus a man who's chasing after a woman, and vice versa. I mean, a woman who has value, she doesn't have to settle for certain things or characteristics because why should she? Why should she? You know what I mean? She has too much to bring to the table and too much to lose. And that's another thing. I think we both have, you know, we both just knowing that we have something to lose. That's dealing with somebody who has something to lose is very important. Never deal with somebody who don't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna say that. Just never deal with nobody who got nothing to lose. Straight up.
Game got a Goldie, the one and only, you know, Ariel, you know.
How do you feel about men who do not work out, who's slinky, who's walking around not looking like a man because they don't want to get in the gym?
I feel the same way what you just said. Like a man, slinky. Yeah, that's how I feel. You know, that's how I feel. I feel like, you know, you're not a man if you're not strong. Not to mention, like working out for a man is like a BBL to a woman. It raises your attractiveness like 2, 3 levels. You know what I'm saying? You feel good. You know,
Exactly.
you perform better when you in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just feel like every man should work out if you're a real man. Like ain't no woman gonna respect you if you ain't looking strong. I don't care how much money you got. It ain't nothing like when you feel good, how you look when you walking outside with your shirt off. You know.
Exactly. And then I don't know.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, man. He said a lot more stuff in this. It's like an hour long interview. Not even an interview, it's his podcast on his show. Don't Hate the Player, Learn the Game. And that's the name of his podcast. And you know, I just wanted to do a little segment, a reaction on that segment real quick because he dropped a few games and I liked it. Basically, all in all, man, value yourself and but bring value. You know what I mean? You got to put in work every day, day in, day out, so that you can create value for yourself. Especially men. I ain't gonna lie, men, you cannot slack, especially on your younger years, because at the end of the day, bro, hey, you need to bring something to the table for a woman. Actually, matter of fact, man, you need to take care of a woman. You know what I mean? And intentionally date for the long term, for the family. Because ultimately, I know most men like me care about family, and that's what you want in the long term. You want children, a wife. You know what I'm saying? A girl in the family that you ultimately lead. And so you got to do that from young. So all in all, value yourself and don't accept nothing that don't value you. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.